Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I'm Lily, and you're watching Lily of the Stars. So, today, what I want to talk about is reprogramming negative patterns. If you were to have watched my last video, I talked a lot about karmic lessons, shadow work, and using shadow work to reprogram these negative patterns. And as you can see, I wrote down quite a few patterns that we can go over together and learn how we can reprogram them today. So let's go ahead and take a look and get to exploring. Okay. And also, I just want to let you know after I go over this, I'm going to do some tarot and oracle messages. So don't leave yet, because there's going to be more up ahead in the video. Okay, so one of the patterns is abandonment. Abandonment is fear of rejection. So that's called the core wound. And some behavioral patterns for fear of rejection is sabotaging connections like with your family or with your love partner for the actual fear itself. So, what we can do instead of just acting on our fears is what's called a healing focus, which is right here. So, to actually replace the pattern, you need to try to embody being mindful, self-soothing, and also safe intimacy as well. So you have a feeling of calmness and letting go of the fear of abandonment. So that's the first one. The second one is the perfectionist. I'm guilty of this. I'm I'm definitely a perfectionist. So the wounds are shame and fear of failure. And the actual behavioral pattern is over controlling. And a way that we can redirect the pattern is by embracing these imperfections. Because once you embrace them, it's like you gain self acceptance. And that's awesome. All right. So, on to the next one. So, we have Peacekeeper, which is actually a fear of conflict. And the actual pattern is avoiding confrontation. And a way to replace avoiding confrontation is to actually speak your truth instead of feeling shameful and avoiding the confrontation. It also kind of plays off boundaries as well. So the next one, the fourth one, is called hyper independent. And that's a fear of being a burden. It's kind of like being like a martyr. That's just one of the other words that I thought of while I was actually doing a little bit of research on how to reprogram all of these negative patterns. So instead of fearing being a burden, you would reject help and also suppress your own needs. And that's definitely not healthy. So, to turn that around is to actually allow someone to help you or support you in, whatever you may be doing. So, the next one, the fifth one, is called the performer. So, this is a fear of not being enough. In my past, I've been guilty of this fear of not being enough. So, I used to seek external approval, and that's not going to fix the fear of not being enough. So, what you need to do is be authentic and I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm actually having trouble reading my own handwriting. Being authentic, healing need for external validation, and reclaiming your self-worth. Okay. So the next one is called a saboteur. And this is fear of abandonment. So the actual pattern is you pushing love away, and something that we can do instead to reprogram ourselves is to actually stay open even if you're feeling fearful. And one of the last ones, it's called chaos bonded, which is right here at the bottom. So with this one, we actually equate drama with intimacy. So it's like that adrenaline feeling. You actually crave intensity and you resist that stability, which is really needed. So, a way to redirect that is to be trusting and calm. Okay, so we can try the new pattern through small changed experiences. Like, for example, today, I paused and chose calm over control, or calm is my strength and I trust peace, and that's productive. So these are all patterns that I wanted to focus on today. There's many different patterns that I could have chose, but I figured some of these were the most common. and the most helpful. So, so the pattern, and then redirecting ourselves into a healing focal point, if that makes sense. So now what I'd like to do is pull some oracle cards and get down some tarot so we can go through some actual other examples of reprogramming or replacing the old pattern with the new one. Okay. All right, guys. So I already did shuffle the deck, and this deck is called Singles and Relationship Oracle Deck. All right, collective. So we're going to pull some cards, and I want to get some tarot down because we haven't done that in a while. And I would definitely like to focus on that today as well. I hope all the examples did help you today. All right, Spirit, for the collective. Okay. All right, we got a couple here. Okay, let's get a couple more, spirits. Please show us some more patterns. Please show us some more patterns that we can reprogram. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first one is called Staying Stuck. So you keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. You can't make this stuff up. It's actually the perfect card. Okay, so what the card is saying is that in order for us not to be stuck, we have to try something different. And that's what today's all about. Okay, so this one is fated to be alone. You gave up on love because you think you are meant to be alone. It's not true. Okay. And the other ones is indecision. This is like a really debilitating and stuck energy. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. Okay, and the last one is called being cold. So you seem unapproachable because you are aloof. Try being more friendly. All right, so let me go ahead and get some tarot down. I already did shuffle the deck. So the first one is staying stuck. Let me put these down here a little bit. I don't know if you can actually see them from this angle. Okay. All right, so the first one, Spirit, staying stuck, advice. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So with the Ten of Pentacles, this is one of the extremely valuable card when it comes to family. Family is very much valued, and legacy as well. So staying stuck and repeating old patterns is not the way to go. Like, for example, this one speaks on a higher commitment, and you want to aim for that instead of staying stuck. And then we have the King of Pentacles. So this is a very secure and stable king. It's just the energy, male or female. And this energy is about abundance and prosperity. So this is a good way to also get unstuck by focusing on abundance and prosperity. Because, I mean, when we focus on the positives, that's when we get our successes. Okay. All right, so the next one, fated to be alone. It's not true. So Spirit, advice for fated to be alone. Okay. All right, so we got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a card of working really hard on something. So I kind of see it as working hard on this negative pattern of feeling like you are just fated to be alone. And that's just not realistic. It's not true. I mean, what I would recommend doing is just like, you know, committing to yourself by not staying stuck in this feeling. I know, easier said than done, but you can do it. Okay. So the next one is indecision. Spirit, let's get some advice for indecision. Advice for indecision. Okay. So we got the Four of Cups. So in this card, you're afraid to make a mistake, but what you have to do is refocus yourself and actually think about what decision is the best one. I find that when I'm indecisive, I need to kind of feel out what my choices are. First of all, it's awareness. And then I look at all my options. I mean, it's good to feel it before you actually decide on something. Trying to think of an example. So, indecision. So, okay, you decide you're going to go to this specific concert, but you're like, oh, I don't know, it's so much money, and I don't really know if I want to even see them. Well, I mean, that's an easy one. The answer's right there, not to go. But there are more complex decisions, like, for example, what career do you want to have? That is a decision that requires a lot more thinking and feeling as well. For me, it is, it was and is still a really long process to figure out like what you want to do for X amount of years. I mean, typically in all scenarios, we want to enjoy our work and to also get paid, a comfortable amount of salary as well that fits our skill set. So that's just a couple of examples of how we can think and reprogram ourselves to make a decision instead of being stuck and feeling blocked. It kind of reminds me, I'm going to digress just for a moment. It kind of reminds me of my great aunt. She was the most indecisive person I've ever known. She would be indecisive, like she'd go shopping for clothes. She would end up coming home with nothing because she couldn't decide what to buy. I mean, just, something simple like that. But anyway, I love her to death, and she's not with us anymore, but anyways. Okay, so the other one is being cold. Okay, spirit, advice for being cold. This one came out very quickly. Okay, so we got the Hierophant. So this talks about belief systems and traditions. And if you're feeling hurt about something, like maybe you had a bad breakup with somebody, so you're just feeling like completely unsociable and just cold towards people. I mean, that's a normal feeling, but after a while, we need to kind of break out of that and like reset ourselves into a different belief system. Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to go ahead and just pull um, one more and then get some tarot on that as well. So, what other patterns, Spirit? Okay. All right. Oh, these are two really good ones. Very, very common, at least in my opinion. Procrastination and addiction. Again, if you can see that. So, addiction. You are either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. Get help. All right. I haven't actually had like a full on addiction, but I've known people that have, and for them it was extremely difficult. Um, they were actually obsessed with a person, and everything that they did, it was revolved around that one person. I mean, everything. Like, if that person had plans, they tried to make plans with them. And it was just like this ongoing process of them trying to be with them. I mean, I actually thought it was a form of control as well. Okay, so, all right, let's see what tarot has to say. Okay. Advice for addiction for the collective. Advice for addiction for the collective. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got the Ten of Swords. Okay. This is a card that definitely mirrors addictions. Um, you feel defeated. You feel like you failed. Feel like giving up. These are all natural feelings. And in order to reprogram your mind and the pattern is to relinquish control over, or letting yourself have control over the addiction, whether it be to a person or drugs or just a bad habit. It's so possible to rewrite the pattern, because that's all it is just a pattern. And in this case, it it's obsession and it's control. So the next one is procrastinate. Well, I'm definitely guilty of procrastination. So it says, don't make someone wait around too long. They may give up on you. All right, Spirit, show us some advice. That was quick. Anything else? Okay. All right. So we got the World card. That's fantastic. Okay, so with the World card, it's a completion of one cycle and a beginning of another cycle. And that's what we want. It's exactly what we want to do. We want to rewrite all these negative patterns. It's like we close one cycle and we start a brand new one. And that's the beauty of it. It's like, it's liberating. In my last video, I did mention I've rewritten some of my karmic lessons and patterns, and it's not easy. But it can be done. Absolutely. And it's also a card of achievement. All right, guys. So this is all I have for now. In my next video, I'll probably talk maybe a little bit more about patterns and reprogramming, but I'm going to do some of my own soul searching and come up with a topic that I think can help everybody as well as this. So stay tuned. Feel free to drop a comment about a negative pattern that you're trying to rewrite yourself, or just say, hey, I'm here. And also, please like, subscribe, and share my video. And I forgot to preface the video with, this is not a replacement for mental health, like professional mental health. This is all research I've done, and also I've implemented my own experiences with this video. So I just wanted to let everyone know that. All right, well, love and light. Take care. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And I'll see you soon.